Testing, testing, testing. And we are alive. There we go. Welcome to the live. As always, I'm going to do a quick sound check because I'm always worried about that. Dark and ominous mood. We've got the sun setting on Dubai in the back. I'm about to say some serious stuff, so I am in a bit of a shade right now. This is a menace. Oh no, mood's ruined. Okay. Anyways, oh, and we're back. Cool. Ah, crap. We got the birds in the back. That's important. That's always important. Can't go without it. Right? We're in Dubai and we don't have the birds in the back. That's kind of insane. What's the point? If you're in Dubai and you don't have the birds in the back, quite literally, what's the point? Right? Okay. We are talking about something important. Skip the morning live again. I'm hoping to do more lives in the morning because I feel more fresh and more kind of ready to go. At this point of the day, I'm a little low energy, which can't have. It's like the day's over, the sun's setting. It's kind of like a end of the workday feel. But I guess that's the point. We're changing behavior, right? There is no workday anymore. We're refusing that. Right? Screw the workday. We write our own destiny. Exactly. Been doing some reading, been doing some writing, figuring things out. And been making good progress. We're figuring this out. This is a situation that requires a solution, right? And that's what I wanted to talk about today. What we have is a risk, right? A risk of total annihilation. Now, things won't go as per plan, but things are definitely heading in that direction, right? When you're falling from a high distance, let's not use distance because that's like lateral, right? Let's think portrait. When you're falling from a height, you're going to take some damage, right? Now you can decide what kind of damage that is. You can either land on your feet, push forward, and tuck and roll, or you can decide to not do anything about it and just see if your back breaks. Right? That's the crux of the issue. That's what we're talking about. The world is changing. And why you should too. You should be changing with the world as you see it coming over the horizon. Do you understand? It's like boxing. You don't see the punch when the punch is coming, right? Because a punch moves too fast. A punch is a smaller limb than your body, right? It's a smaller piece of meat. It's aerodynamic. And the way your arm and your fist contract, it comes in fast. Okay. So you're not looking for that punch coming at you. You're not going to block it. You're not going to dodge it when the punch is coming. You're going to be looking for telegraphing, right? You're going to be looking at your opponent and maybe his shoulder moves and you're like, a punch is coming. Maybe you've seen their fights before and you know exactly how they telegraph their punch, right? You see the shoulder, you see the little, you know, inching forward. You see them getting ready. It's like you see their rhythm and you feel it coming, right? You can never see a punch coming. You can always feel it coming. And that's telegraphing movement, right? It's reading things and making an educated guess at what's going to happen, right? It's like, you know, research and intuition combined. When a punch comes at you, you read the shoulder, you read the body language, you read the eyes. Is this person ready to attack, right? And is it time for me to go on the defensive? All these things come together for that decision, right? Now, you could either ignore all those signs, the shoulders moving, the eyes are twitching, right? He's inching forward, and you just stand there, right? It would be silly to see all that evidence and just stand there. Now, there is a chance that he could just be, you know, trying to fake you out. But are you just going to stand there, right? If you don't know if something is going to happen, but you see the signs, are you going to ignore it, right? Are you going to ignore it? That is entirely your decision. I'm here to tell you that you shouldn't ignore it, right? This is my this is my thesis. This is my educated guess, right? This is as educated of a guess as I can have on this topic, right? The signs are there and there's already a shift happening. So that's an important point to note. It's very important to be able to recognize risk, right? So that's an important skill on your tool belt, right? Risk recognition. That's how you solve problems. That's how you improve things. That's how you avoid catastrophe, right? So that's what we are now. We're risk recognizer. We're risk recognizers. You are a risk recognizer now, right? It's a valuable skill. It's human nature. It's instinct. You have to be aware of risk, right? Let's say you're in wolf territory near your home, right? Let's say you live near some wolves and that particular area, the wolves are quite friendly, and you get along with all the wolves, right? And you feed them, and they help you out with natural predators. To perhaps you have livestock, whatever, right? You're friendly with the wolves. You like the wolves like you, right? There's a symbiosis happening. It's good things, you know. We like the wolves. We like the wolves. But then, let's say you're traveling, right? You visit a forest in another city, some sort of area where there are more wolves. Does that mean that now uh, you shouldn't care when you come across wolves? And wolves are generally friendly creatures, but have you ever seen the movie The Gray? Okay. Wolves are vicious predators. You should approach with caution. Don't let don't let this natural recognition of risk and hazard be dulled by comfort in the current moment. Right? Right now things are comfortable. AI is here, but it's not really doing anything. So don't get lulled into a false security because you think, well, AI is not really doing what everybody thought it would do. But this is going to be a slow and painful process. Each industry will be hit one by one and then all at once. Do you understand? So we're risk recognizers. We're recognizing the risk of all of this. Due to this, we have to move with the moment, right? Move with the moment. It's starting to get dark. So I'm going to see if I can light up the current situation. Let's see, does this work? That works. All right. We've lightened up the situation. And with that, let's not talk about serious stuff. Let's lighten it up. It's not personal, right? AI's coming. The punch is coming. We see the wolves, right? All we have to do is just make intelligent decisions and we're going to be okay. Right? Right? And I want to talk about something that I've been researching. I want to talk about, and I'm going to make a banner on it, and it's going to take a couple seconds. So bear with me and just wait for the banner. I want to talk about, spell it right and don't be, I'm a genius. Okay. Okay. Ready? We're ready for the big reveal. What are we talking about? Market sophistication. We're talking about market sophistication, right? What is market sophistication? Right? Market sophistication is when everybody catches up, right? In simple words, it's when everybody catches up. The market becomes sophisticated. I actually want like a dictionary definition of it. I've been reading about it, but I don't actually know the market sophistication meaning. The level of buyer awareness in the marketplace. Yeah, yeah. Yes. So it's about buyer awareness. That's a good way of putting it. I was lost on words there. Buyer awareness, right? You want to buy a product, you see an ad. Um, it's a massager for, let's say, $50, right? You got a massager from an Instagram ad for $50, and you click on the website and you see what the name of the product is and what it does, and you decide to go on Amazon instead, and you search up the same kind of massager and you find it for maybe $30 or $40. And then you think, okay, maybe I go to AliExpress and you find it for $12.95. Okay, the same thing on three separate uh, markets. What should I call it? Websites. Three separate websites has a different price, right? That's market sophistication because you, as a buyer, are aware, right? And no one can mess with the price. No one can gain an edge this way. The market is sophisticated. Now, how do you escape this, right? Because this all depends on buyer awareness. If you're aware at everything that's on the market and you know exactly what's available and what it means, that's a problem in a very saturated market, right? And I was thinking about this. I was thinking about this quite deeply, and I wanted to talk about a specific example that I had that I kind of formulated. And it's going to seem a little random, but laundry detergent, right? Work with me. At one point, someone made the first laundry detergent, right? That market was at that point not sophisticated, right? That's a new market. Buyers are unaware of anything else but this one new thing that washes your clothes better than anything else. This new powder that when you mix it with water, right, it really cleans the clothing. And it comes with a very, very pleasant scent that makes your clothes and you stand out, right? So that's important, right? At one point, laundry detergent was a novel idea. And then someone created the washing machine. I actually don't know if the washing machine came first or laundry detergent. But regardless, it's irrelevant to this topic. So it doesn't matter, right? The issue then was, and it's not like it was an issue, right? Because a problem isn't a problem until there's a solution for it. Then it's just a thing that occurs and you deal with it. Occurs. A problem isn't a problem until there's a solution available that is not available to you, right? That you don't have access to. Then it's a problem. A problem is only a problem if a solution exists. A problem is only a problem if a solution exists and you don't have access to it. Then it's a problem. Right? So with laundry detergent and washing machines, you get a nice combination, right? You put your clothes in, you put the laundry detergent in, and your clothes are done in 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, depending on the cycle you pick, right? Cool. It's great. And then you take it out, and maybe someone creates a dryer. And drying your clothes wasn't really a problem. Drying your clothes fast wasn't really a problem until someone came up with a dryer, right? And now there's washing machines and detergents and dryers everywhere. You have washing machines that double as a dryer. That saves a lot of space, right? At first, you had two things you needed to make space for, and then someone combined the two, and suddenly having two is a space problem. But before, it was just something you did. All right, so back to laundry detergent. You put laundry detergent in, and over the course of what, call it a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, maybe, depending, uh, the washing machine starts to lose its efficiency. And you wonder why. And you call the company, and they say that you have to, well, they send over a person, and they say that your pipes are all clogged up. And it's because of the laundry detergent. It's just over time, it just builds up blockage, and it's just something you got to deal with. And you can use this and this to clean it up. And now you have to make a few more purchases just to keep your washing machine running, making sure it does the job it's supposed to do. Right? So you've created a problem now through this product that you weren't expecting, right? And there's no solution for it. The only solution is you have to buy more things, right? You just have to clean it out. It's an unwanted blockage. I feel like I'm just saying words here. I need to formulate my sentences better. Washing machines get clogged up when you use laundry detergent for too long, right? And this is back in the days. So we're back like 40, 50 years, right? I don't even know when the laundry machine was created, but work with me. This is a vague example in my head that I've been really thinking about. I haven't ironed out all the details, but maybe in a future live I'll say this as a uh, within time constraints. Right. So laundry detergent blocks up washing machine pipes. You have to use a bunch of different things and combine them, baking soda, vinegar, whatever. I've read some stuff online on how to remove blockages, right? But then some genius, thinks up in a sophisticated market where everybody's selling the same thing, and you only vary by scent, really. Or, this one does colors better. This one really cleans your whites. And everybody's doing it. And everybody knows which ones are good, which ones are slightly less quality, sure. And then some genius comes out with a detergent that cleans your washing machine at the same time. It keeps the pipes clean. Boom. Right? That is someone who sees an opportunity, right? It's not just seeing something as that happens as a result of a process. It's just a byproduct, right? Unwanted blockage, but seeing the risk with your washing machine that comes financially when you own one. You want to make it an easier choice to purchase a washing machine, to purchase a detergent, right? So now suddenly everybody's buying that product because, well, it does the job and it cleans your machine at the same time. So suddenly you have a new market for detergent that not only washes your clothes really well, but also prevents unwanted blockages in your washing machine. I feel like this is turning into like a ShamWow type infomercial, right? Talking about washing machines. Essentially, that's the point I'm trying to make. You recognize an issue, and at first you have to be able to see things as an issue that don't have a problem, right? There are problems out there that you probably don't even recognize. You have to be able to recognize it. That's an important skill. You have to be able to recognize risk. You have to be able to recognize problems. And we only think of things as problems because we know there's a solution. But to recognize a risk and recognize a problem, there's money to be made there. There's value in that. To recognize a problem and to solve it before it gets worse. Otherwise, you'd have to do far more to maintain your washing machine in 2024. Do you understand? This would be a much larger problem, if not for someone seeing that problem and seeing that it requires a more nuanced solution rather than just like making a better thing that you put in your washing machine to clean out the pipes. Instead, the pipes don't get blocked in the first place. Do you understand? And I'm looking at this problem with artificial intelligence in the same way, right? Because right now, content is king. Attention is king. Everybody's a content creator. Everybody who's brave enough to be on camera. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I'm making the argument that there should be more people making content. You should be making content, right? This is the new meta. We're keeping washing machine pipes clean, right? That's what this is. We're recognizing a problem. We see the human job bubble. If you don't know what that is, watch my other video on it because it's very important. We recognize the human job bubble and we look for a solution. Right? That's a skill, risk recognition. And that's such a useful skill because it applies in so many situations. And to have that skill and make it actionable to do something about that problem, that is incredibly valuable. Right? Instead of just throwing money at a problem, you create a new solution. Right? Did you get it? Am I having an off day? I can't tell. I feel like I'm making sense. Nah, I'm making sense. I'm making sense. Okay. Risk recognition is an important skill. And that's something I've been focusing on in my work, in my offline work. Right. And it's also something that wait, I got something in my eye. It's also something that I've been thinking about. More people should be live streamed, right? And if more people were aware of exactly what risks there are with live streaming, and then there would be some cause to come up with a solution for it. Because Confidence is something that comes with assurity and preparedness, and you lose it when you have uncertainty and a sense of lack in terms of perceived value of yourself or what you want to say. And that is something that you have to bypass. And the way to bypass is to solve it. Solve your issue with confidence. You have to have it. Okay, it's an important part of existence to be confident about things, to recognize a risk, and to have the cojones to go out and solve it. And in this case, the problem is that AI is on your ass and it's coming for your ass. Pause. And what we have in the form of the solution is AI will pollute the airwaves. Artificial intelligence will pollute the airwaves. Every single industry will try to maximize usage of artificial intelligence because it is better, faster, cheaper than humans, right? It's better, faster, cheaper than you. And it will try to replace you. Your solution in this is to fight AI with what it cannot do. And that is uh, the sense of wonder and intrigue that comes with being a real person, right? And unique insight that only we can come up with as humans. Now, our AI is pretty good, right? AI is pretty good. But your unique insight, your ability to talk to people, that's real. And you want to use that, right? And so you want to recognize the risk of the human job bubble. You want to recognize the risk, the possible risk of the solution, which is that putting yourself out there is difficult, right? Letting yourself be put in front of everyone. It's like living on the ground floor of a busy street and opening your curtain and window and letting everybody see what's going on. Now, you can either just close your window and drop the curtains or board it up, right? Put some trash bags on there, or you can tidy up. You can make sure you don't go commando, and don't wear your birthday suit. Commando is when you're not wearing underwear underneath clothing. Birthday suit is nothing at all. You don't want to be in your birthday suit, right? And anything you don't want people to see, you don't put it on there, right? You just provide your unique insight, your unique inside, right? You provide your unique insight, and people will peek in. Maybe you put your cat up there. Maybe you hang up a painting and put a price tag on it, right? that's that's what it is, right? If you have an opportunity, you have to be able to recognize it. Like this whole Drake and Kendrick situation, right? Genius move by Kendrick to make his music copyright free for uh, anyone who wants to react to it, because now his music is getting more spread. And because of that, I had to actively seek out Drake's disses, but Kendrick's disses just came to me. And that's such a beautiful decision, right? because I know Drake's like his label won't let him, but Kendrick's ability to do that by being, I believe he's got his own label, but his decision by to make it copyright free um, makes it so that more people are listening to him, and if more people are listening to his side of the diss tracks, they're more likely to side with him. Do you understand? Now, it's generally accepted that Kendrick did win, but even on a meta level, it's incredible the thinking that went into that. Now that's recognition, right? The risk there is that people will be less likely to react to these in a full manner because they're worried about copyright, and reactors don't want their channels to be struck and risk being in trouble with Papa YouTube. So make it copyright free. They'll listen to it. They'll show other people. You don't even have to go to Kendrick's account to listen to that song. And that's true with Drake too. But more people are willing to do more willing to do Kendrick's music as a reaction than Drake's music, because they're going to make bank, and they're going to make their videos longer, more eyes on, more watch time. It's kind of beautiful, right? So that's an example, another example. I know we started off with something a little dull with the washing machines, but we're going to more topical things. Topical things are more interesting, and this is a great example of this kind of thing, right? I kind of want to relax a little now, so my back's hurting. I'm gonna like, woo. What's happening? Can't see me. Oh wow! I just read that Nicolas Cage is going to be reprising his role uh, in the live action series Noir, which is super cool. And that's another example, right? Yeah, this is the recognition skill at play, right? As much as people say online that they're sick of reboots, they're sick of all this, they're sick of Marvel movies, right? They're the movies that are making billions. Those are the movies that are making billions. So all you haters, get with a program, you know? People want to see Nicolas Cage as Superman. People want to see Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man. So they're going to make another Spider-Man. People want to see all sorts of things, right? That's why you get sequels. Right? The Joker was supposed to be a standalone, but it made $1 billion. Right? It made $1 billion in the box office. So is it not the stupidest thing in the world to not make a sequel from a financial perspective? Now, of course, you want that to be as good of a quality as the first one, and that's how you get the basis for a third movie. But people want to see Joaquin Phoenix, right? Wouldn't it be silly if they never made the second movie? And now it's coming out. People are excited. People are excited. It's probably going to make another $1 billion, if not more. It could, and quite honestly, it probably will. My estimation. based on just online culture, it's probably gonna beat the first one, right? So you want to, as a production house, right? You've made a movie that made 1 billion, and if you hire the same director, you give him a good amount of time to make a damn good movie, and you're assured 1 billion. And not just because the last one made it, but because the popularity of the character in pop culture has grown tremendously more than it was at its, you know, initial release. So now there's even more interest in it. People who didn't go to watch the first one in the cinemas, they know about it now. It's a part of meme culture. They're gonna go watch it. They've seen it now online on, whatever streaming website or just website. But we don't do that. We don't do that. We pay for our movies. Yeah, we pay for our movies. I'm trying to be facetious. Um, yeah, it makes sense, right? What's going to make profit? What's going to do well for us? What do people want? What does the market want? The market wants another Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix continuing his story. Hell yes. Let's make 1 billion, right? If you made a drawing, right? Think about it this way. If you made a drawing, right? You made a drawing and someone gave you $10 for it, or 1 billion is large. You made a drawing just on a piece of paper and someone gave you $100 for it. You're like, damn, $100. Wow, that drawing really worked out. I'm glad I made that drawing. And you say, well, I don't want to make another drawing of, let's say, the same thing, but maybe in a different, setting, perhaps a different action. I don't want to. I don't want to make it again because it's kind of hacky. But the person says, "I'll give you another $100 if you make another one of like a different scenario or something." You're gonna make another drawing. If someone pays you $100 for a drawing you made and says, "I'll buy the second one too, for 110 because I like the first one so much," you're gonna draw. So I really don't understand why people like hate on sequels the way they do. I get it when it's just a shitty, cash grab by production houses. That's understandable when they ruin a piece of intellectual property like that. But you don't know until it comes out, and you're gonna watch it anyway, right? Who's watching these movies? They're making billions. Why do you think they want to make another Fast movie? Why do you think they made 10? Because people kept watching. People kept watching. That's the market. That's you. There's no nobility in pretending like there's some sort of, moral war against, some sort of art integrity, right? If people want to watch the same movie with the same characters, but with a bigger ship or a bigger car or a faster car, then that's what they want to watch. They want to watch the same thing. So let them watch it. Maybe they like the humor of this one. Maybe they like the humor of that one. Right? I remember the other day I was talking about movies as well, about how movies are less interesting. And that is true. That is true. movies are less interesting now. If you look at older movies, and maybe it's just me, but it's very difficult to find a really good movie that that's kind of in. I only know in the gaming term, AAA, right? Hollywood A-listers and all that. You get A-listers in like really good, like smaller production movies, right? But out of the big production houses, like the really expensive movies, you're generally going to get the same thing, right? Unless you're like Tom Cruise, right? He's providing real value in the fact that he's doing those stunts for real. And that's all it is. You're providing some sort of value. You're providing value to the people going to the cinema by giving them something they're definitely gonna enjoy. If you like the Joker, you'll like the second one. So, don't hate. Don't hate the game. Don't hate the player. Do your own thing. And provide some value. The world is changing, and why you should too. Providing value is becoming increasingly difficult, right? Providing value is becoming increasingly difficult. So you have to figure out a way how to provide value that AI cannot provide. Okay? I feel like I need to go into market sophistication a little bit more, but I'm going to go into that a little bit later. Because I literally had to read out the definition. But it's all good. It's all good. We got there in the end, right? That's all that matters. Right? We had a vague idea. We had some stories to tell. And there's some good stories. There's some good stories, but we'll get back at it with some more interesting and more in-depth analysis on that. Whew. It is hot out here. But we are Hugo. We are the man of today. We are the man of the past. And we are the man of the future. So it does not matter. It matters a little bit. But we'll endure. Tairu. Tairu. Tai. Is Japanese word? Tairu. I think it means endure. I'm guessing. Heard it in something. That's where the market's going. Before, you had to send a CV to a rich person. You had to send a resume to a rich person, and you'd be able to. They'd be able to guess whether you'd be able to provide value for them. You're selling yourself on that resume. You have to do that again, but this time you have to provide actual value, right? That's where it's going to. Things are about to get difficult, but you can get there in a good amount of time, and you can get there healthy without a bloody nose if you start now. Do you understand? You have to start now. It's important. Start now. Otherwise, someone will start and take your place. Do you want someone to take your place? Is that what you want? You don't want someone to take your place. Are you going to let someone take your place? You're going to let the powers that be take a bigger piece of the pie? You're not going to take your little piece of pie? You're not going You don't want to? You don't want to take your piece of the pie? That sucks. You should really consider never not wanting that piece of pie, because you should want that piece of pie. The old ways of doing things are dying, as per nature, as per the flowing river that is time. And if you don't build a bridge, you're gonna be taken into the stream. And it's really hard to fight those currents. You could just build a bridge. Okay? So, you know, build a bridge and get over it. AI is here. Floods are coming. Build a bridge. Build an ark before it's here. Okay? Okay. I think I've like, oh, wait. I think I've said enough on the topic. We'll be back again with more interesting topics. I really got to do those morning streams again, but it's just too damn hot. Maybe I could just do it indoors, but the allure of the balcony is too strong, unfortunately. We just like the balcony. It makes us feel Hugo. So, yeah, we're going to stay on the balcony. We're going to stay on the balcony. Okay? But I'm coming up with some really good ideas in my offline work. Um, it's really coming together. And I think as I really begin to formulate exactly what I'm working on, which, I'll reveal in time. The content's really going to come together. And that's the point of this. I know yesterday's stream in the morning ended too soon. And I kind of explained it again at night. I kind of wrapped it up a little bit. But this is the my own case study. It's myself. I'm using myself as a case study, right? AI is coming. This is the new meta, right? You got to get on this. You got to get online. You got to start live streaming, right? Provide unique and valuable insight, and use your time in the early days by putting in the hours on stream, formulating your ideas, reviewing them, seeing where you could improve, and that is a value proposition. You are showing your value in the form of your commitment to your live stream and to your personal task, right? This is something I'm passionate about. This is something I'm interested in. So I'm going to work hard and I'm going to figure it out. All the while, I'm on the lives showing my work. You're here through the process. You can see it in a year from now, exactly what I get up to, exactly where this all leads to. And that's what it's all about. We're going to see where this all leads to. And well, I've been at this for like a week, and today is Tuesday, so a week and a few days. And I've already like begun to formulate the kind of, let's call it, first few pages of my book, if I were to say I'm writing a book. But I've already begun to formulate this and this new idea, this new insight, and it's good stuff, right? It's real good stuff. And I'm going to be using this platform. I'm going to be using YouTube to prove to you that this is a very real use case. This is my case study, guys. Okay, welcome to the lives. This is the case study. We're going to do something beautiful here, and you have to get on live. You know, I'm saying it now um, as a sort of prerequisite to whatever comes in the future. But by the time my solution is prepared, it may already be too late, right? I'm getting in there early. I'm getting in there as fast as I can, and I'm making sure I'm creating a new path. I'm creating real value, slowly but surely through an arduous process, right? And honestly, like, if I were to say exactly what I'm doing, it would seem kind of hard. It would seem like, wow, that's like you do that, but it would seem tedious. It would seem difficult. It would seem, a lot of things that exemplify it as a not easy task. But because I believe in it, and because learning about it is genuinely something that interests me, my ability to keep going is tremendous. And just by putting in the hours on stream, increasing the amount of times I'm on the screen and looking at a screen, making sure I'm doing the right thing, reviewing and learning, I'm effectively setting myself up um, to win, to succeed. And that's what it is. You want to set yourself up. And the best way to do that is get on lives and start talking about the thing you're interested in. Start talking about it and start learning about it. Right? This is the new meta. Get on lives and start talking about the things you're interested in. Get on live and start talking about the things you're interested in. I'm very interested in finding a solution to the human job bubble. And this is my solution. Get on live and talk about what you're interested in. Right? Put in the screen hours, watch your footage, see what you talk about, consider the implications of what you're saying, see if it feels right. And if it doesn't, start shifting, start changing it up. Right? Because eventually you'll find a fit in the market. You'll slot in, right? You'll start snowballing. And that's the gist. And not only that, but my goal is that this process of what I'm creating is a process of how to maximize efficiency when trying to grow as a live streamer. And my goal is that by me creating the best, most valuable formulation of this process, the longest it'll ever take for anyone to create value using live streams that they can escape their 9 to 5 with is me. The longest it'll take a person is me doing this, because I'm going to test out things that don't work. And by doing that, I'm going to find things that do work. And The beauty of it is that you don't have to be an amazing editor. You don't have to be an amazing anything. You just have to talk about the thing you're interested in, and you just have to keep going, keep putting in the hours. This is it, guys. Right? You see how I started off the live a little bit wishy-washy? I kind of had a few things I wanted to talk about, but it wasn't coming through. But now suddenly, an hour in, we've made some really good points. I've explained to you very clearly exactly how the world is changing and why you should too. And I also added in a how at the end. You've got to, it's like a horror movie. You must live stream. You must live stream. Create content. AI is coming. You must live stream. I think that'll make a good short. I'm going to test that out. See? That's what it is. I'm going to test things out. Okay. Okay. All right. I think I've explained myself well. I'm going to review this and see if I can improve on it. We'll be back with another live, hopefully tomorrow, if all goes well. Okay? All right. It's been real, guys, right? We're ending the show. Take care and consider what you've just heard. Right? Consider what you've heard.